Welcome to Purpose Conversations, a community of highly driven leaders and entrepreneurs where we dive deep into the journeys, the challenges, and the triumphs of women who have turned their passion and their purpose into powerful ventures. Today, we have a truly inspiring guest on the Empowered Women edition. She is a vibrant voice in the entrepreneurial space, a woman who took a leap of faith and she is running several businesses. And I don't know how she's doing that. She tapped into her expertise and built a thriving events management business, serving men and women from all walks of life. Nomsa Shunyati, also known as Lady Nomsa. Please join me in welcoming this dynamic entrepreneur, Lady Nomsa. Lady Nomsa, thank you so much for joining us today. Your journey of purpose is remarkable. Let's start from the beginning. What was
Wow.
life like before you took the plunge into becoming a businesswoman? Tell us about yourself and tell us about how was life like before you took a plunge into this world of business as a woman.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Mabel. I'm so humbled and honored to be here this evening just to be part of this great, purpose conversation. I really love to talk about purpose. And so just to start, how did I begin? Where did I start from? Yeah, so I was not a businesswoman. I knew nothing about entrepreneurship. I was just an administrator. So I did administrative works, and everything around me was just office papers, documents, and stuff. And so never ever did I ever think that I'll be an entrepreneur one day. So that's about 16 years ago. Well, when my husband is late now, may his soul rest in peace, who was a serial entrepreneur, Doc. My husband was a serial entrepreneur. And every time I left to go to the office, he would mock me and tell me to say, why are you suffering? Why are you spending your time giving into somebody else's, business when you can do something for yourself? And I kept, defending myself to say, I can't be like you. I'm different, I'm unique, I'm more corporate, and I can't be in the marketplace. You belong in the marketplace. I belong in the office space. So I kept being defensive. And, trust you me, I was working long hours and there was nothing to show for it. My salary was something very little, but I was so dedicated to my job. And so it so happened that one day my husband asked me to resign from work. Like he just woke up to say, I want you to be a stay-at-home mom. I want you to take care of my children, and whatever the company pays you, I'll be paying you. So I was like, okay, that's a good deal. Nobody likes to go out there in the morning for work. So for me, it was a good deal
Mm,
because it asked me to stay home and he'll be paying me. And lo and behold,
mm,
he used to pay me. He used to pay me actually double the money that I was being given at work. So I stayed home, I
mm,
think, for about 6 months. Yeah, being a mom, just taking care of the family. Then one day he told me to say, you know what? I think you can just start a small business. What do you think? I said, I don't know any business and I can't do any. Of course, growing up, I was into, small businesses due to the kind of lifestyle that I led. I came from very
mm,
humble beginnings. So right from the age of 10, I used to sell in the markets. My aunt would send me to go and sell. Sometimes I would just make, scones, cakes, I would make pies.
mm,
I would do,
mm,
some water in sachets to go and sell. I used to do that, but it was not really like in me. I didn't really pay attention. That's what I was just doing it for survival. So when my husband asked me to start a business, I was like, what business? I don't know. And my husband became my mind. Like he would think for me. Like, he just said, okay, since you're good in the kitchen, let's start a restaurant. Can you do a food business? I was like, okay, food business, of course, because I love food. I love to cook. I'm very creative when it comes to food. So it was a yes for me. And I went into the food business. He gave me the money, he gave me the capital. I wrote down everything that I needed, tables, chairs, a place. He literally just built a place for me to run the food business. So he even took me to his friend. He even took me to his friend who was running the same business to just mentor me. And she was very helpful. She trained me how to do it, how to get clientele, and everything was running smooth. I enjoyed the business the first year, but there was something wrong. There was something wrong because it was not from, my heart. It wasn't something that I thought about by myself. My husband, was my mind, like he was thinking for me. And so I became tired. As time went by, I began to get exhausted, doing the same thing every day, waking up, going to check, did this food sell? Did this food sell? So I became so tired, stressed, and I just gave up. Sometimes I will not even wake up. My husband will ask me, "Are you at the restaurant?" I will say, "No, no, 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 I'm not." Where you're like, "I'll be, I'm home. I'm taking care of the kids." They'll be like, "No, no, 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 you don't do that. Business, you must be there. You must be present. You can't be a business woman and not be present because you must monitor what's going on around your business." I was like, "Hey, no, I think this is not my area." Every time he came in to like reprimand me or direct me or just help me out, I'll always be, defensive. I'll fight back. Hey, after all, this wasn't my idea. I'm not even good at all this. It's stressing me. I'm tired. Eventually, my queen dog, I stopped going, to that business. I didn't even care what was coming out of it. In the end, the business died. It collapsed. There was nothing. In fact, I didn't even know where the equipment went. I had food warmers, I had, deep fryers, I had all these big equipments in there, the chairs, tables, all those things. I don't even know where they went. Like my workers just, left everything and people, vandalized the place. And my husband was just so hard on me. He told me, "You are not an entrepreneur. I think I made a mistake and I must take you back to school because it seems like you're not going to do anything good, in this entrepreneurship business." And I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not my niche. It's not my area. I must just be in the corporate world where you found me. And I stayed home again. My husband was like, "Okay, so do we start applying for jobs again or what do we do?" I was like, "I don't know." I don't know. Then he said, "Okay, what do you think you can do?" I said, "Maybe because I was in the office and I love to do office work, maybe I can do a business center. I can have a business center, have the internet cafe. People can come there, do their browsing, do photocopying and typing, all those, because I'm good at that." So my husband was like, "Okay, write down what you need and I'll buy." Again, I wrote down all the machines, the computers, to have this internet cafe. My husband bought me about 10 computers. I had the photocopying machines. I had the scanners, everything you can think of in a business center. I had it. My husband bought for me. I started the business. Very excited, happy about it. At least I can type, I can do my administrative work the way I used to run in that, company. 1 month, 2 months. When you're running a business center, it's the kind of business requires a lot of patience. it requires a lot of patience and a lot of commitment, because people come with little money, to do photocopying, typing. You can just charge even like 2 rands, to just type 5 rands, so, it's those, amounts that were really depressing for me, because for you to see, something big, you have to work, it's the volumes, it's the volumes. So, oh my God, 5 months in the business, I was already tired. Like, I was just so tired.